Hey, what's up everyone? Another truck video here. I got Cougar Motors to send me some LED headlights that I'm going to be replacing today. These are the H13 headlight bulbs. It takes 4 of them. There's only 2 in a set, so I had to get 2 sets. They're giving me 1 set and I'll have to purchase the other set. But a buddy of mine had these in his vehicle and they're extremely bright. These are a brand new one. They have, they probably have 5 or so different bulbs already, and this one just came out. I actually had to wait till they became available on Amazon to get them. I'm also going to be replacing the side marker with an LED and the turn signal bulb, which is a halogen. I'm going to put it has a white running light and then the turn signal is amber. So I'm going to replace all those while I'm in here. Those other bulbs will be on a different video. So this one's going to be for Cougar motor, and I'll show you the difference tonight, stock versus the LED, and then also with both LEDs installed, and show you the brightness. And look, these bulbs, not only do they just not look as good, the regular halogens, but the LEDs are just so much brighter and supposed to last a long time also. But these are the 6500K color, so they'll be pretty white. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. Packaging is nice. These have well, there's actually 6 LEDs, 3 and 3 for high and low on both sides. So 12 per bulb LEDs. I've seen some, even of this company's, only their first models only had 1 strip of LEDs. So this has 2 strips. So the link for these bulbs will be in the description below to Amazon if you're interested, and they're $100 per set. So if you're replacing them on a Super Duty like this, you need 2 sets, and you're looking at $200. So those little plastic clips that are on every vehicle, on our side-by-side, on 4-wheelers. I bought this tool on Amazon to help in pulling them up because you always seem to bend them or break them. Less than $10 on Amazon. There's a couple different styles, but they'll definitely help you out. So there were 14 of those clips on the top. This tool worked great with those. Glad I invested in one finally instead of just using a screwdriver. These headlights, these H13 bulbs, go in a variety of vehicles. Mine just happens to be an F250 and takes a total of 4 of these bulbs. So then you go ahead and I'm just going to pull this off. Eight bolts hold the grill in, then it just pulls out. So once you take the 8 bolts out up top, 8 bolts, 10 millimeter, you just put your hands in here and you pull. You have to pull pretty hard, and then it just pulls right out. So yeah, pull right out. Then it's pretty simple. We have 2 bolts here on each headlight and 1 right down here. And the headlights will also, you'll have to pull on them and remove them. I'm going to replace one side with the new headlight bulbs and do a comparison. There's also 1 bolt right here on top. So it should be 2 here, 1 on top, 1 in this side, and I believe they pull out. I'm not sure if there's 1 on the front. I'll let you know. So for me, I couldn't access this bolt over here on the headlight because the bumper is adjustable. So depending on where they tighten your bumper up, some people, they can just pull this dust mud cover out of the way and get to it. For me, it was covered up, so I had to take this plastic cover off. It's just 2 clips right here. There's 4 bolts in here that are 18 millimeter that go to the bumper. Loosen those up. Then on the back side in here, there's 2 bolts. They're 15 millimeter. Loosen those up, and then you can push your bumper down out of the way. And now I have that bolt loose. Now I'll be able to remove the headlight. There's a clip, push pin style receptacle that goes right through here, so you have to pull out on this. There it goes, let go. And then I believe you go down and out, down, pull out the top, and then the bottom comes up. And now we have everything exposed. So I'm going to change the bulbs out now. I'll explain a little bit about bulb installation because these LEDs have to be clocked right in there for the high beam and low beam to project correctly. So all the clips just have a push tab. On the headlight bulbs, I put a small screwdriver in there because they take a little bit more force to squeeze them, and then just pull them straight off. So got the headlight removed here. These are your 2 H13 headlight bulbs we're going to be replacing for the Cougar motor upgrade. So here we have the installation instructions for the F6 series LED bulbs from Cougar motor. And there's a thin side, flat side, and a fat flat side. The fat side goes at the 6 o'clock position. So fat flat side down at 6 o'clock. So that'll put your thin side up at 12 o'clock. That's how these bulbs have to be positioned so they work right for the projectors in the headlight assembly. And gives you some troubleshooting procedures. Hopefully you don't need them. But these have the cooling fan on the back, made out of aircraft aluminum. Here is one of the assemblies. You can see the cooling fan here in the back. It's upgraded. Big thing is these grommets. They come with a new weather O-ring. So make sure the old one, sometimes they stay. Make sure you remove it so you're not doubling up. This will plug into your truck. And then you install these in here. So for these, you just turn them counterclockwise. I believe. There we go. And then they pull right up out. There's our stock factory headlight. Here's that O-ring, it stayed. Make sure you pull that off and keep it with our stock light. And I'll hang on to these, but I don't foresee needing them. I think it's going to go just like this. So this will insert like so, and I'll turn it. I just have to make sure that I have it oriented correctly. Put it in and turn it clockwise, quarter turn, and we're set up there. So I don't have to remove this dust cover. I've upgraded that. I am going to wipe this down with a wet rag and clean it up real quick. Alright, so taking a better look at it. These are keyed, so they can only go in one way, so you really don't have to worry about the orientation. One of these is thicker than the other two, so you can only put it in one way, so you don't have to worry about the orientation. After we do install, we need to thread that down, but for make installation easier, just go ahead and pull them apart. It's keyed, it can only go together one way. So see where your thick blade is on the connector right here. And when you're doing this, there's little ears. Try to turn the ears down here on the base and not turn. You can assist with the fan, but I wouldn't recommend hogging down on the fan because it might damage it. And you'll feel it kind of lock into place. And then you can look and and look at your connector and make sure it's seated all the way. Alright, seated all the way. We'll put them in the truck. We can plug these in, run these down, go another weather seal. Plug this into the truck connector. This goes into here, and we'll be ready to install the headlight back in place in the exact opposite order of removal. Easy money. All right, back at the truck, I'm going to plug everything in for an ops check. This is the bottom LED headlight. Thread this coupler on, snug. Okay, and then the upper, same thing, it's keyed. Push it in, thread the coupler on, snug. Okay, and those will just tuck in behind. Then we have the upper marker light, just clips back, just push it on. Actually, I'm going to do the turn signal bulb first. Alright, you heard it clip. And then the marker light, same thing, you should hear a little clip. Alright, seated. Now I'm going to fire it up and make sure everything comes on. The marker LED, I can see it in there, and this should, with the parking lights, it should be white with like a running light, and then turn signal will be amber. Let's see. All right. I put a white, not an amber marker light in there. So you kind of get like more of a white look to it. If you want more of the amber look, order, actually, I don't know what color that is. I could pull it out and look, I guess. It's white. So that's a white marker. You can order the amber if you want your marker light to be more. Somebody was partying. Heck yeah. Alright, so our Cougar motor headlights are installed and working. You can see, we'll show you a color difference here. Very bright versus stock. And then I'll show you at night also, so you can really see a difference. Versus the fog lights, they're going to be getting converted to LED here real soon also. But way better appearance, like this nice white versus the old school halogen. Alright, so now we're going to wait for night to come, and I will show you a difference. For the installation, just opposite of how we removed it. Also, you can hear the fans running there, keeping them cool. All right, let's do a headlight comparison. Here's our headlight comparison. Halogens on the right, Cougar Moto LEDs on the left. Much brighter. We'll go down the road too. We'll project them on a couple things here. See the big difference. There's the LED on the right versus the stock halogens on the left. Alright, there is the low beams, high beams. Low beams, high beams. So just in case my GoPro wasn't capturing it, this is the high beams, LED on the right, stock on the left. It's just super bright. I don't know, on the GoPro screen it just didn't look this good, so I will have to check and see. Low beams, high beams, just, these lights are amazing. Now I'm going to swap to both LED. All right, both sides have been upgraded. When you hit the unlock button, it goes amber, then to the white running lights. Pretty nice. So the running lights are now white instead of amber, LED. The side markers, they still project orange, but they're a real weird orange because I put white bulbs instead of amber. So we got that. And now for the headlights. Four ways. I love the lights. So much better. So bright. Heck yeah. Here's the low beams of Cougar Moto's LED H13 LED bulbs. And there's the high beams. Super bright. It's pretty amazing how bright these lights are. I'm pretty happy with them. I had a little bit of an issue with them right off the bat. They were kind of flickering in auto mode. And one would just turn off periodically, but it seems like it's kind of straightened itself out now, and it hasn't been doing it. It was also cold, so I don't know if temperature, I would have to look and see what the temperature range was again, but I believe that I was within temperature. But really, this is the low beams. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna flash their lights at me, but then the high beams are, it's amazing what it lights up. And at about half the cost of the big name aftermarket LEDs, not bad.